wasting any of your time, I'm going to start with the thing I value most in a motorcycle: handling. And today we have with us the Ultraviolette X-47 Crossover. And you join us at the GP1 Performance Zone. To sum it up, I would say handling is largely positive, but now it's time to go into the details. Before we break it down, we have to set some context. This is a purely road motorcycle that is designed to handle some bad roads as well. So right now, it is not in its element. Everything in terms of componentry, from tires to suspension to brakes, are not tuned for a track machine. Even so, on the track, this is surprisingly fun. It handles very well, turns in sharply, you're able to hit apexes as you want to hit them, and until about 75 to 80% of the motorcycle's limit, it is very fun to ride. But when you start pushing after that limit is when things begin to unravel, and that's when you realize just how soft the suspension is, and just how early the ABS kicks in, and just how road-oriented the tires are. But even so, nothing to take away from it. They have done a phenomenal job in making this motorcycle handle just like the rider wants it to, and this is not its forte, so the real review is out on the road. Because of the way this motorcycle is built and its ability, capability and all that, we feel this is going to be the most popular motorcycle in Ultraviolette's current portfolio. And to that effect, they have kept the core items of the motorcycle identical to the F77. The battery is the same, the motor is the same, so you have two options of battery packs, one choice of motor, and they claim that the motor is capable of producing 100 Newton meters at the motor shaft, but at the wheel, they're claiming about 610 Newton meters. One thing that sets the X47 apart from the F77 is the urgency with which it takes off in a straight line, and the extra thrust it has when you leave a corner at the exit with the throttle wide open. And I think most of that boils down to the fact that this one has a larger rear sprocket. So if you're a fan of better acceleration, more instant charge, then this is the motorcycle for you. The only other main structural difference apart from the suspension and all that is the swing arm. This one has a simple steel swing arm, but that does not take anything away from it in terms of handling. And I think that is very good engineering. On the road is where the X47 makes the strongest case for itself. The suspension is clearly set up prioritizing comfort over sport. Yes, this motorcycle is fun to ride in the corners, but it is most adept at going over the varied surfaces that our road conditions have. And today we threw at it village roads, B roads, highways and all of it, and this motorcycle proved to be a very capable unit on all these conditions. And if you are somebody who currently has an F77, but you are compromising a little bit on ride quality to live with it, then it can make immense sense for you to trade that in for this one, because this, I feel, is a more usable daily motorcycle. One of the benefits of riding an EV motorcycle is that there is no RPM meter to be worried about and no sweet spot as such. Every spot is a sweet spot. And this motorcycle, although it is capable of going up to 145 kilometers per hour, it is also equally stable and composed at 60, 80, 100 and 120 kilometers an hour. So how you cruise is entirely up to you, because the machine can do whatever you want it to do. The stability on the highway is superb. It is very difficult to unsettle this motorcycle or feel a lack of confidence while riding it. And that, I think, will go a long way in making this very friendly for people who want to commute and who want to tour tirelessly. Given that public roads are not a place to push like I would on a racetrack, the X47 is very well within its comfort zone. Be it braking, suspension setup or anything, all those small flaws that seemed evident on the racetrack did not rear up their head even once when riding on the road. And it is a motorcycle that you can be extremely confident on. Now, one of the things that sets the X47 apart from any other motorcycle, be it ICE or EV, are its radar functionality and camera setup. And of course, behind me on that little infield area of the racetrack, we got to test that out as well. And here's what we think about that. The introduction of radar in a motorcycle is certainly very exciting, but what you have to understand is that this is unlike the level 2 ADAS that we have in cars, where the motorcycle does not do anything for you. All it does is alert you to the possibility of an accident, to incoming motorcycles, cars and all that. So essentially, the radar unit at the rear has a 200-meter range. If a motorcycle or car is approaching very quickly from behind, it will alert that user as well using the indicators, and also give you a notification on the console here, in addition to small lights in the mirrors. It will also tell you if somebody is overtaking, remind you that it's unsafe to change lanes, and that's the entirety of it. To use it, you need to have very good peripheral vision to understand when this notification goes off in the mirrors, because on the console, unless you're looking at it, it is difficult to see the alerts. As of now, Ultraviolette has not announced the price of the top spec battery variant. So it begins at Rs 2.74 lakh ex showroom, and although we do not know how much the additional dash cam is going to cost, we believe it is a worthy investment because it covers the front of the motorcycle and the rear of the motorcycle, and it is always on, always recording. And those clips will of course add to the internet's library of funny fails and all of that, and come to your aid when you need to claim insurance in the unfortunate event of a crash. Right now it has a capacity of 32 GB, which can be expandable to 256 GB, and it's completely maintenance free because as it gets filled up, it just rewrites over older files. So for what it's worth, we believe that Ultraviolette has made a significant product, something that speaks to the consumer of the Indian market and is exactly what they want to commute. Because today the only thing that really prevented me from using the F77 as a long-termer on an everyday basis is one, the infrastructure for charging, and second, there were a few comfort-based compromises to be made. This one addresses the latter very well. We believe that we have told you everything that you need to know about the Ultraviolette X-47 Crossover. If you feel I have missed something out, do ask me in the comments and we will reply to you promptly. This is Joshua Verghese signing off for MAT. Guess who's back, bitch?